Darren Gordon, Livestock Logic. We're at the sheep convention this year, so we thought it'd be a great time to talk to some of our clients about what we've been doing with them for the last 18 months. Simon Coots from Serpentine. Simon works with the Coots family, a place called Willera. So they've got two blocks, one just obviously around Serpentine, another one in the Riverina district. It's been a tough year up in the Riverina and just as tough around Serpentine. So just going to Simon to talk through not only what the season is, but what they've been working on the last 12 to 18 months.
So we, as Darren said, we run a commercial enterprise and a stud component too. So at Serpentine, 1,000 stud ewes and 6,000 commercial ewes, and in the Riverina, 6,500 commercial ewes. So both properties have experienced some pretty tough last few months, I guess. Riverina especially tough.
So how much rain have you had in the Riverina?
I think only 1.5 inches for the year. So and about 3 inches at Serp. Yeah.
Long term, taking out this year's drought, what's been sort of the average scanning and lamb marking percentages up north?
Up north we scanned in the 140s. Yeah. At Serpentine up into the 160s, with about a 7% dry rate over the two properties.
So land marking this year, as you said, you've only had 1.5 inches up north. What was your land marking percentages?
We're sitting on about 108% in the Riverina to use scanned in lamb, and we're sitting at 132 at Serpentine.
So as we've mentioned, it's been bloody tough, to put it simply. What are some of the tactics that you've done this year to obviously you've had the great results in any year, let alone probably a decile one drought?
Yeah, that's right. Well, with a combination of yourself, Livestock Logic, we've put together programs about how we can best manage our ewes, and that's had a lot to do with what we've put down their necks, but it's also had a lot to do with genetics too, and what we're actually breeding at the top, like within our stud. Going forward now, it's about getting our ewes back up into condition to go around again.
So genetically, you've been in the stud game for a long time now, family, but also yourself?
Yeah, so I guess we sort of consider ourselves as breeding sort of the modern type sheep with a combination of wool cut along with carcass traits. And the carcass traits have definitely allowed us to come through these tough times with percentages like we have and stock in condition like we have, and then the ability to turn off weather lambs at high weight as early as possible.
Where do you think your emphasis will be on sheep going forward?
Well, we think we're tracking in the right direction with both our wools and carcass. It's obvious to see that our sheep are fairly productive when it comes to lambing, so it's about the survivability now, and then that's a direct correlation with our carcass traits. So the higher survival rate in our lambs is where we can actually, make it really count, and it comes back to return per hectare for us.
You mentioned carcass traits 4 or 5 times, so we'll just be a bit more specific. What are you trying to really push in the carcass traits now?
So high genetic fat and muscle means for us that our ewes have durability in a season like we're having, so that they've got genetic storage in a sense that they can draw on in these tough times, pass that on to their lamb, and then their lambs obviously have that same genetic trait, so their survivability is far superior. Looking
forward from a holistic point of view of your farm, what do you want to target for lamb marking percentages and growth rates in a pure merino animal?
Well, we believe that the merino is a pretty versatile animal, and we can see the boundaries being pushed now. So I guess it's just saying to ourselves, once we achieve our targets, which was 125% marking rate in our commercial flock, which it looks like we're going to do over our Serpentine flock, that's for sure. Things are a little bit tougher up north, so we set the bar a bit higher again next year. Yep.
Any closing words?
Well, thanks to your help, we've really been able to get our ewe management and our feed budgeting right up to scratch, and we're really marrying it up to our seasons and our targets. So good relationship, and it's been a good result in a pretty ordinary year.
Thanks very much.